Welcome, mathematicians. Today we are going to use efficient strategies to solve multi-digit multiplication and division algorithms. Fancy word for a sequence of steps in a problem. All right. So here we have a pretty typical multiplication problem. It's a 3-digit number times a 2-digit number. And I'm going to show you guys some fun tricks so that you can solve this problem efficiently and make sure that you get the exact correct answer. So what I always like to do first is, for the first step, we know that we start with the ones place. So the ones place, we have 6 and we have a 2. When we multiply those together, we get 12. We put the ones digit down and the tens digit in the tens place. Now we're going to be doing 5 times 6, which is 30. We add 1, 31. The 1 goes down, the 3 goes up. Now we have 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. Here's the deal. We have finished multiplying with the 6. That also means we are going to cross out these two numbers that we were carrying over from before. I'm going to use a different color to show you that we are now multiplying the tens digit, which is 3. Since we're in the tens place and not the ones place, we are going to put our 0 in the ones place to show that we're multiplying by tens. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. The 5 comes down. The 1 goes in the hundreds place because that's the next number we're going to be multiplying by. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1, 13. Now we have the joy of adding it all up. Let's see what we end up with. Carry the 1. All right, we have to put our comma in 1, 2, 3. So that was a very silly comma. Here's the comma. 452 times 36 is 16,272. All right, so you're going to try this strategy where you cross out the ones digit and any numbers you carried from the first time so that you don't get them confused when you multiply the next digit, the tens digit. All right, I'm going to show you guys 2 different strategies that you can use to divide efficiently. The first one is my tried and true favorite, but I'll show you the second one in case the first one seems a little confusing. So what I always like to say is, here's our divisor, 8, and our dividend is 429. So what I always do first is I underline my first digit and I ask myself, how many times can 8 go into 4? Or if we were going to do 4 divided by 8, well, we can't do that without getting a fraction, so we're going to put a 0 here. Now what we're looking at is not 4, but 42. How many times can 8 go into 42? It can go in 5 times. The remainder was 2 because 5 times 8 is 40, so that means we have 2 left over from 42. Our new number now is 29. How many times can 8 go into 29? 3 times. And what's our remainder? Well, 3 times 8 was 24. So our remainder, 29 minus 24, is 5. So 429 divided by 8 is 53, remainder 5. Those of you that want to do a little bit more work on the paper and not as much in your head in case you want to avoid making mistakes, here's what you can do. Same strategy as before. We always start out asking ourselves, how many times can 8 go into 4? 0. But now we need to ask ourselves, how many times can 8 go into 42? Still 5 times. We multiply. 5 times 8 is 40. So instead of doing what's left over in your head, you do it right here. So we know our remainder is 2, and we're bringing down the 9. And now we ask ourselves, how many times can 8 go into 29? The answer again is 3. Now we do 8 times 3, which is 24. We got a remainder 5, and since there's no other numbers to bring down, our remainder is 5. So let's think, which strategy did you like better? The one where we did it the quick way, did it all in our head, or do you like to write it out? Either way is fine as long as you're using one of the strategies.